Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, and this is Starters Order 7. We're back at Llanfair Arrest Club with our UK jump save on the start date mod, and I've got races booked out. There's a couple I think we have a shot at. Um, no more than the first one we're going to watch. We're going to a little trip to Ireland for a 2 mile, 2 furlong walkover with Combardo. Me. There wasn't anything there, but I just think I run out. We'll do something for the horse, so why not? Let's have a walkover. I've never had one before, never booked one, and it's decent prize money too. I think it's £8,000. So for a winner, I don't know what we'd get. Probably like 6 grand. So sure, let's go ahead and do that. A little bit of a a little bit of a tougher trip for Piazza Bar. Trip to France, 2 mile, 1 furlong. They didn't mind the 2-6. There's a 2-4 that looks really tough, and then the next one down is a 2-1. So I don't know. Nobody's really high rated here. It's a trip to France. It's probably not going to suit in a number of ways, but there's just nothing really for Bauer to do at this stage unless we just want to run a flat 2 mile, which I don't think fully suits. And then we got the conditions race 2-3 for Foxtrot Romeo at Newbury. Don't know. Like just don't know. Canvas. Saw a little race. I'm not sure what this is. This is the 90 handicap. Okay. Just 2-3 and 110 yards. And yeah, we'll kind of see what we do there, but I don't mind this. I think we have a shot with Canvas, maybe. Combardo's a walkover, so we're guaranteed to win. I don't really know these two, what these two are going to do. Canvas should run okay, hopefully. I think it's a decent fit, so I don't have a ton of confidence, but yeah, we should do okay. And then we got Huala 2-5, which is where they like to run. A little 140 handicap. We're right underneath that. Um, yeah, I feel that would be kind of okay. We're actually at 124 because it's hurdles, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, so we're not like right up there in terms of weight, and I think we are a good horse, and these can't be that good horses because they're just in a normalish handicap. And then just a little 2-2 novice chase that I think Bahana actually should do really, really well in. It's a big field. That's kind of my question there, is how we're gonna go. But not too bad. You might see a couple of notable absences. And yeah, decided we're gonna trim down the breeding barn, so applause please. Looks pretty decent all over. Over 50 potential, over 70 over 50 ability, over 70 potential. Not really focusing on these bars yet. I want to breed in potential because then we can find horses that have good cruising burst, good finish application, good extra speed, and so on. So we kind of trimmed down the dead weight. Estelle Dalliance, not amazing, but what does she have? Over 50 and 70. And Grab a Tinny, a young Aussie we pulled in from that Aussie breeding save. That is, fully realized 80 potential. And also some good extra speed and stuff. So not bad. That's what we're gonna do. Then I've got my two horses in stud. We're gonna breed Plumble with the three of them this season because didn't jump, will never jump, can't even get 2 miles. And yeah, Mickey just again very, very similar, really, really solid Just doesn't have any distance. So between the two of them, I think that's going to be really good at getting a good generation or two through. So Plumbo this year, Mickey next year. We've got the Mulliken horses in. So Mullathea turned out almost 50, 70, bit of extra speed, half a bar finish application, but that's okay. Mulemba as well, 50, 70, 70 full finish. Not a bad colt. And then Mulads is 50, 70, 70 full finish. So each of them offers something. Each of them's quite decent. Mulliken, I think, is a very good sire. We didn't breed well with a couple of these, sadly, but it doesn't really matter. I think with the extra distance here, we'll be able to get up to 2 with Plumbo, and then hopefully 2.5 would be the average between him and Hairstyle. And then maybe we just get pushed up enough to 2 mile with Grabatini. I don't know. Both of them are going to struggle in a way to breed with Grabatini, but like Mulliken is just by far the best horse in the breeding barn. Just absolutely dominant in every single metric. And nobody else is even charging that much to breed from because they know they don't have anything of worth. I mean, there's a grade 2 Viking Blonde, kind of maybe tempted to look at them at some point, but there's just nobody in the barn that's really sticking out as like really good. And there's no way to do any real testing unless I just spend a couple of hours breeding like each of these horses with 3 different options, go into the end of the season, see what the foals look like, deciding kind of what that means these guys might look like, and then restarting, do another 3. And going back, roll back to save, do another 3, roll back to save, do another 3, and on until we pretty much just do all the sires and maybe have 1 or 2 that we find that actually produced good coats or a good coat. And you might just roll those. You might even skip good coats doing that. You might have to do everybody with everybody, each of these horses in turn, and that's going to take a long time because that's what, like 70, 80 sires to go through. So yeah, I suppose I could do that, but I just don't want to. And if the game's not producing them, that's fine because Krabbies can come in, here can come in, which I want to do anyway. We do want to bring Haig in anyway. But Cops, Lamps, Saute, Lender Light, Verse, Journeyman, Blackstone, Stormin, Parsons, like they're all probably better stat-wise than any Gamebreds standing at stud right now. So I don't really mind that. But that's where we are. The 2 that can't find distance, there's no point in racing. Putting them in the barn. Walla should be our best horse still and should run pretty well. The 4-year-olds look pretty good, but it's kind of a mixed bag, and I don't really know what their quality level is. I'm confident with Walla. The rest of these, I don't know, and we'll hopefully learn that this year, as we did learn last year a little bit with Walla. Piazzaboa is interesting. If we can fill out some of this potential, I'll have more confidence. But looks okay. So we're trying to figure out distances. We're trying to figure out qualities. We're trying to book a pathway through. And like I say, we're breeding right now from Plumbo. Next season, Mickey B. And then the season after, maybe we call in Haig, breed from him in his 3-year-old season, and then we run him from 4 onwards. So we'll kind of see how that all comes together. But we're going to open up with a tip to Tripperary. It's not that long away. It's a long way, but it's not a long way. And it's not going to be a tough run for Gombarda, and we're not going to go watch it. I mean, I don't want to watch 2 miles of our horse just trotting around the track on their own. I don't think that would be that interesting. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Gives us 5 grand, and it's just a run out for Gombarda at the end of the day. I don't even think we can gain potential for that. Maybe we'll just be slightly better for a run, but I don't see too much in the way of development there. So that's fine. Nice, solid, interesting. First breeding is pretty much done. We're going to save here. One thing I am going to start to do is look up here and just be like, okay, who are the top rated horses? Because at some point, these are going to come into the breeding barn, right? They should. And it's not like I'm going to miss them, but I do want to get notified of when they're able to come into the breeding barn. I think that would be pretty useful. And in case any of these come into the breeding barn again, like the hurdlers here, you can see we got some good ratings here, which means they're probably pretty good. And if they are pretty good, we have money. Why don't we just go ahead and buy them up at an auction? Because they might come up just randomly in one of these auctions, maybe a breeding auction, something like that. And I might not really pay much attention to them. So just for the notifications that they might go into the breeding barn or they might go into an auction, I kind of want to be notified by the game in those circumstances. So say I think this is worth doing, especially in a save like this where there aren't that many good horses in the breeding barn. Especially studs that just aren't really there. I think at this point I could just do this, right? I don't know why I'm messing about. So all these top rated horses, I can just watch all of them. And if I could buy all of them at an auction, I would. Don't really worry about that. So Hello Tomorrow, I think it's the last one we did. And I'm happy to do 150 upwards. So it's a lot of horses being added onto the list. But again, it just increases the chances that these don't slip by us. And we have a good chance then at improving our breeding barn if they do come up for auction. Probably going to get a lot of notifications about them being booked into races. Again, that's kind of okay for me because it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Like even some grade 2 winners of a high enough rating, I don't mind that. Ingleby Spirit. Ooh. We've had a good Ingleby. Oh, well, you're a gelding, so that's something to kind of be noted. If they are geldings, then there's not much point in following them because we couldn't breed from them even if they did get up onto the breeding barn. Okay. I feel that's going to be good to go. So we can save. We got all those listed. We got all those potential dams out there. And we've got a few potential sires that either will be game bred we can breed from or our own, and we can check their stats and then maybe breed from them on top. So this is our first actual race then. The 2 mile, 1 furlong Prix de Poli hurdle. It's a little juvenile. We're going to Auteuil in France. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing everything. That's fine. Yeah, 4 domestics that we don't know. Everyone's on weight. Nobody's super high weight, but Shamali Trees is laid back and is a clear distant. The rest of the field distant in terms of that rating. So I don't know. Class 2 juvenile then for 3. Here in France. A little hurdle. And we're at the front to go. We're going to zoom out a little bit. I'm sure we're off the track. I'm sure we're supposed to be on the other side of those rails. Maybe not. Seems weird that they have the trees with no rails to protect us, but a decent first jump then. 1 of 11. And here we go then, round the outside here. Shamali Trees out in front, then Marsh's Beast and Bella Music Trend along with us. El Mato Tribulation jumps quite well, closes a little bit of the distance, and again. There's now a trio at the front, us in the middle, and El Mato at the back, or Il Amato, sorry, at the back, who is ready to come up. Solid jumps all around. Still kind of holding our position behind this front trio. And Marsh's Beast doesn't jump very well. We're now strung out 4 in a row. Marsh is trying to get back up. We're getting into position. And a great jump there from Piazza. Not too bad at all. We keep finding us another good jump. We're moving out. Bella Music jumping up. That's 9 of 11 jumps. We go against the rail for the bend. 2.5 from home. We are going to fall off a little bit here. We are going to fall off. Bella Music and Shamali Trees. Who's going to jump better? Neither one. We jump a little slowly. We're starting to fall off pretty badly. That's a shame. Ilan Mato comes up on us and gets up into 4th place. And we do look tired. We are distancing back quite a lot. And as they come to the line, Shamali Trees, the horse that we thought was the real quality, is just about going to hold on. Marsh's Beast with a nice charge up into 2nd. Bella Music in 3rd. And El Amato in 4th. We are distant back, 10 lengths back off anyone. And just, we knew that was going to be a really, really tough race. We didn't settle well. We didn't jump great in the second half. We looked really tired. And the moment we started falling back, Brian just decided not to persevere and just held back quite a lot. So a walkover and a really bad run. We also don't know anything about the distance because there's no feedback on the distance, which was kind of what I was hoping for. Kind of what I was hoping for was more distance feedback. Yeah. I mean, that's annoying too because he's very honest. So I would have liked to have known just so I could tell a little more what we were going through, but so be it. It was either too far, which the 2.6 then wouldn't have made sense of suiting well. Yeah, horse could have settled better. We probably need a pacifier. They don't have any quirks though, so yeah, this quirk bar is kind of interesting as well. Something to be noted that it says, is it, it's likely to display quirks at some point. So if you've got anything here, then you likely will have to deal with a quirk. The thing is, you're not more likely to get a quirk at 100% as you are at 10%. The game has a set number of quirks, I don't know how much, and at certain intervals, it changes which quirk. So if they were every 10% and there were 10 of them, for example, you would have no quirks at 0%. All horses with 10% would have the same quirk. All horses at 20% would have a different quirk, but all the same for the ones that were at 20. We'd have a new quirk at 30% for all the horses there, and so on. Which is really weird because like none of the other bars work like that. And I think when I read this, especially because some of the language used and the grammar isn't like fully easily passable or understandable if you don't know enough to kind of get the context. And so the horse is likely to display quotes. So this seems like it maybe just be how likely they are to get a quirk, and the quirks are random. That's not how it works. So if you've got three horses that have quirks and they're all kind of at the same point on this bar, they're all going to have the same quirk, which means I believe they're all going to have the same fix, whatever that is. I don't think you can do much with quirks. I think it's gelding, it's the pacifiers, and then I think it'll be stuff like left hand turns, turf for dirt. Um, yeah, left or right hand turns, turf or dirt, and maybe having the dirt kicked up in their face and so on, but that's turf or dirt, really. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't had a lot of horses with quirks, but yeah, it's worth keeping an eye out for that in case you see it. You're not sure how it all works, but that kind of was eye-opening to me, and I didn't quite understand it. So, Foxtrot Romeo, another tough one to judge, but I do feel that 2-3 will work. We won a firmer ground than we had, but this is a pretty good race that we won. And this is a slightly worse version of that race, really. So, yeah, I kind of feel okay about it. I think we'll maybe do okay. Don't know. Nobody else really stands out. Big Nuts come second twice. And Droid had an injury, got unseated, and got fourth. Somehow they're the favourite, even though they're not top rated. I don't know. There's a ton of laid back horses in this field. We're not one of them, but that's just the way things seem to be right now. So a 2 mile, 3 furlong conditions race, class 3 for 4 years and above on the turf at Newmarket. A little chase. Yeah, Droid gonna be right at the front. The Blue Silks. I was looking for the favourite to figure out where they'd go. Droid at the front. Why are you asking? Earl's Medic, Native Calm, it's crucial. Altona, Sir Tamburlaine jumps well there. Native Khan, Big Note, Calcum Bay, Mr. Jenks, and Foxtrot Romeo at the back on that inside. Not a good jump by Sir Tamburlaine there, though. They come right back to the rear. We're already on jump number 5, a third of the way through. Still got a mile and a half and a little extra to go as we come round the turn. Droid leads again from Why Are You Asking and Earl's Medic, although Why Are You Asking drops off. The two stablemates of its Crucial and Native Khan up in a position. We are still in there in the pack. Easy to get blocked off, though, as we now approach jump number 9. Decent all around. A mile to go, jump 10, 2/3 of the jumps done. And we're just now in solid position. We move to the inside. We need to find a lane to run and to jump clear. There's nobody blocking us in. If we can find it now, Why Are You Asking? And Altona have been pulled up. Droid just storming on now. Final 3 furlongs. A good jump for it. We're still not out of this. We're in contention. We're coming up the inside of It's Crucial. We're moving up into fourth place. Sir Tamburlaine in third, way back. Native Khan now, driving on, 2 from home, pushing past Droid. Droid isn't doing anything more. Native Khan, if they can jump well, will win this race, and they do indeed. We stumble a little bit. Big Note right on our tail, ready to come back up to take fourth place. We can't get up to Sir Tamburlaine. Big Note falling off a little bit. Calcum Bay coming up, just pipping us. We're fighting with Big Note. Big Note will take it. Calcum Bay... No, Calcum Bay will take it, sorry. Big Note does drop off even more at the end. Real battle there for that 5th and 4th place. But Native Khan, good run. Droid, the favourite, led for a while but had no answer. 2.5 to 2 from home as Native Khan drove on out. So Tamburlaine comfortably in third, and then Calcum Bay finished really, really well. But yeah, it's a solid run. It's a solid run. We're just beginning to pick up towards the end. Okay, so we need more distance. That gives me hope with Romeo. He's got some really good bars here. Like, can he get more potential? Maybe. He's got good cruising burst and extra speed. He doesn't have any finished application. I think we consistently do see that. But not that bad looking a horse, to be fair. I think could definitely do something. My issue is a high deterioration bar. We can't wait for him to develop for a long time and come good at like 7. He's probably going to be on the downhill before this. His peak might be lower because he might never fill out his potential before that deterioration kicks in. But I don't feel that was too bad. And I think, like I say, we're going up to 2.4, 2.5, maybe 2.6 with Foxtrot Romeo. I'm okay there. I think that would be kind of fun. Be able to test at some different distances. So get the bidding started. A 2 mile 4 indicator, which I don't mind. Looks like nobody's actually going to bid for this. So we're going to go just above the reserve, and we're going to take Seneschal. Oliver's Queen. At least there's bids on this. It's going to be 400,000. Gwendrythe Girl. There we go. The Gwendrythe Valley. Not far away from where I live. And fits with the Welsh theme. Just under 4 for the Gwendrythe Girl. She's excitable, which I'm not ruling out horses based on that right now, but she was also 3 mile 4 furlongs breeding indicator. So I'm kind of happy with that. Parc de Launay is going for 1.4. Pretty much. So that's a decent chunk. That's over double what her what his reserve was. That's a little nuts. Similar here, double the reserve, but that's still only 400 grand for Pastoral Pursuits. And then the big money horse should have been Chrono Hill. We paid 1.3 for Parc de Launay. And we are going to top that, but not by much. Not by much. So we do get those. I'm going to go from expensive down, I think. Let's see what your money buys you. Really low stamina, but hopefully that will climb over time. Looks like a decent jump bar. Please have potential. Doesn't really have potential. Doesn't really have anything. Yeah. is only 2. I think we got to wait to see what the 3-year-olds are like, or what they look like as 3-year-old. Parc de Linné, a lot of money. I don't think I need to look at them as a 3-year-old. Oliver's Queen. It's going to be so difficult to like fill that potential. And there's just not a lot else. Gwendryth Girl, please. Please, please. It's not exactly great, is it? Probably the second best horse we picked up at this auction, but I'm going to have to say no. Yeah. I'm a bit disappointed in these 4. Expected a little bit more. At least stamina. Seneschal's got stamina. That's all Seneschal has is stamina. I'm going to say no there too. So, okay. Chrono Hill. I'd love to say no to, but like there was nothing else at that auction, and I don't really feel we can do anything. There is a little race. There is a little race. They'd get absolutely obliterated. I 100% know that, but let's just get them a race. Who knows? If they do something, then if we get supremely lucky, we'll actually jump up to 50%, and then as a 3-year-old, we might jump up to like 65, and that puts us at 75 to 80 as a 4-year-old. Like, best case scenario, we might as well run. What else are we doing? What else are we doing? We can take risks because we've got no real quality in this barn anyway. And we're just killing time waiting for good horses to show up and develop and get to that peak age where we can run and actually get to distances that we can compete in the big feature races. So, Cambis, I don't know. A little handicap hurdle. 2 mile, 3 furlong, 110 yard. Slab. Nah, Barn. Is this supposed to be a space there? Probably, maybe. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Handicap hurdle. It's only a class 6 handicap for 90 rated at 4 or below. Looks like really slow starts there for a couple. Cambis jumps the first okay. And the second one moving up a little bit. Cool Find, Some Stage, and Maddie up at the front. Commonary alongside us now with Maddie the other grey and Emma Jean Boy at the rear. Little under 2 miles left to go. Jump number 4, third of the way through. They're coming thick and fast. We should probably be on this way round so I can actually see everything a little bit clearer. 1.5 miles. Half of the jumps have been completed. We're still hanging around at the back, the 5 of us towards the rear. Now Commonary moves up a little, leading us out. Decent jump from them. Some Stage still leading. Cool Find with a nice jump on the inside rail there. Coming up to 1 mile. Jump number 8 of 12. We're pushing up. We jump okay. It looks like Maddie's coming with us. What a good jump and sprint from them. Same then from Codefine as we are all up and running. Here comes Imogene Boy. Commonary at the rear might start to make their move. Some Stage has been caught, is being pushed. The penultimate jump coming up. Commonary's out of this. They've just wandered off. We jump okay. We jump really well. We push into the lead. And Cambis, on a final jump that I did not see coming, I really thought we were going to be fighting in. But that final jump catapulted us up level with Emogene Boy. and then just a good couple of strides powering out after that jump, pushing forward, and just getting up on the line. It's a Class 6 race, nothing to be excited about, but it is a win. It is a win, and we love those. We love wins. We love wins. Okay, 83 rating up to a 94. That's sure, sure. We're learning, and we're winning, and that's fine. We got to walk over a win, a third. Oh, sorry, they haven't run yet, and a fifth, 2/5. Yeah. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. I thought Wala was my best shot at a win, and she could still be, and Fafana's probably a top three. Corona Hill is a fifth or sixth, I'm going to say. Although everybody's making a trip. So we're going to New Zealand, and then there's no New Zealand horses. And there was a race in Ireland, a feature race, that was a walkover. And that's why I mean that the schedule just is really weird in places. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to think. Not entirely sure. A grade 3 in a feature race, kind of, 2 wins and 2 second places. Tatanjura just seems to be a little above the average horse that we've been seeing, so might as well take a look at this at the auction. Really solid bars, yeah, okay. 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 Full finish, full consistency. 65% extra speed's not great. 40% cruising burst. Full surface adaptability. Like 78 ability. 97 potential. And it likes to run a 2-4. 175 grand has just got me a sire I can use. I wonder if I wonder if it can race. I wonder if it can actually still race because seven's not that old here. We could definitely have some races, but Tartanjura is really really solid. Now I'm a bit upset that I didn't just go for it and like go after the fillies as well because they're young. And this one went for 700 grand, which makes me think maybe there's something there. But if I could only have one horse, to be perfectly honest with you, Tartanjura is a fine choice. It's a fine, fine choice. So they won a novice open. They were unseated. Then they win a novice handicap. They win the grade 3 handicap. And then they're second in a novice chase and a novice handicap chase. Now they're going for a grade 2 steeplechase at 2 miles 6. Don't know if that distance will suit them. It might do because they ran on and no extra at 2-4. The Greatwood Gold Cup chase, they absolutely smashed. Okay. And they never got running in the Rising Stars. So that's that. Mistakes. Okay. Still got up on that. So, I don't know. Just seems really kind of promising. But, oh my. Oh my. Good horses are out there. But, yeah, just got to go find them. I just feel like we've blundered into something there. Okay, let's go to Aintree. Let's go to Aintree. Mid rating, midweight because of the rating. Soul Basil warm. Junub, Roaring Water, Ghost Zapper, and Arctic Ben are a little cool. We range from 4 to 13 in this race. It's wild. It's wild. We got some that have won this year. We got some that haven't ever won. Overall form, I would say that we're probably the best. Soul Bay and Sweet Charm look pretty good too. Yeah. Okay. Really kind of interesting here then. 2 mile, 5 furlong. If this suits Waller, which I believe it does, we should be able to run quite well. The BetDAC mobile apps, Class 2 handicap, up to 140 rated, 4-year-olds and older, against this hurdle track upon the turf of Aintree. A course that we should get accustomed to at some point if we have any hopes of running the Grand National. We're going to start a little bit towards the back. Sweet Charm out in front. Now it's a solid little jump as we move to the front of this chasing pack. Sweet Charm, though, still out in first. Second jump coming up as the pack is just coalescing into almost a straight line. Not a great jump from us there. We're going to speed things up, zoom out a little to get a proper look at things. Sweet Charm jumps pretty well. The worst jumper at number 3 was Wala, who just drops off the back a little bit. 2 miles from home as we now start to move inside for this bend. Could get blocked off if we're not careful on these jumps. A nice little jump. We're back up into the thick of the pack. The pack is kind of split into 2 groups. We're in that second group, unfortunately. Sweet Charm just there. We move up a little bit again. Little gap maybe opening up for us. Start-finish line has been crossed. We're over halfway now in this race on terms of jumps. We round the bend, approaching number 7. And a little over a mile left to go. Another good jump by Sweet Charm. They stay out in front. They don a little bit of daylight there into second. But here comes Janoob on the outside Arctic Ben. We were in the mix there for a second. We have not kicked on yet, though. Still a lot of racing to do. 5.5 furlongs. Still got a few more jumps as everyone now starts making their move and finds a lane. Wala not really in the mix just yet. We're going to come up, and that's a decent jump from us. 2.5 from home. Wala pretty far behind the pack. Hasn't really jumped well, doesn't jump well again. And no matter our quality, I don't think we've left ourselves with quite enough room to do what needs to be done because we haven't jumped well. A little stumble there as well at the 12, 1 furlong from home. If we jump better, I think we might have a shot at winning this. With half a furlong to go, we're fighting for top 5. We're going to get up into top 5. Personal touch taking it from Roaring Water and Arctic Ben. Sweet Charm just ahead of us as we lead the pack over the line in 5th place. A bit of a poor race for us. We didn't start well. We didn't jump particularly well. And yeah, we were so far behind and then had to come inside for the bend, which put us behind horses, which meant when we did jump well, sort of in that middle section or that second quarter of the race, I don't think we had the room to really move up like we could have done. And yeah, just too much to do at the end. Didn't really feel comfortable. I do feel like that's a win that passed us by because we didn't run well. But quality-wise and the field we were in, I do feel that's a potential win there. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Plumboop with Hairstein Dalliance next. And Chrono Hill. The trip to Te Rapa out in New Zealand. And here we go. 6 British horses making the trip. Of course we're going to be wound up. We fly halfway round the world to the other side, the opposite point in the world. And we're not even going to have a good run because we get wound up. It's so annoying. Open hurdle, Waikato 2 mile, class 1 listed race, the British invasion. At the back we've got the grey of Blakesall Diamond with Marami and Markington, Rupert Jonathan, and ourselves. And Residence and Spa are leading us out. We're already now at the back, but we did jump that one okay. We're just off. We can see our shadow, but we're just off picture. We're already starting to flag a little. 9 furlongs to go. Jump number 5 of 11. And Blakesall is in a good position. Markington as well, moving up, just stalking back. We zoom out. There we are. Right at the end. You can't see anything else because the trees are in the way if we go that far back. So, yeah, not great from us. Blakesall falling off quite badly. Residence still there. Here comes Markington and Marami. Markington is the one that kicks on the 1.5 from 1 final furlong. Marami, what a poor jump. They had some steam. They landed so far on their front hooves they almost fell. But they get the last jump right, and now they can kind of push for the line. Rupert Jonathan with an amazing push there. Not enough to get close to the leaders. Oh, I was going to say, and there we are. But we never even got there. So as Marami and Markington are crossing the line, I think that's pretty much when we're mid-air coming into land on the last jump. Oh my God, that was crazy. That was crazy. The horse got very much worked up. Yeah, it did. It did. It did. I just wanted it to run to see if it could do something. It's gonna go into stud for this year because it can't do anything. There aren't that many 2-year-old races to begin with, and it's not even got 2 miles. So again, we have that issue. So yeah, we're gonna breed from it, even though it's not really one that I'd want to breed from in terms of expected quality of the horse and the potential bar, especially. But like what else are we going to do? That's not what I wanted to do. It's fine. It's fine. I guess I just remember that Mickey breeds everybody but Grabatini next season. I'm sure I won't forget that. I'm sure I won't forget that, right, chat? Maybe I will. Y'all know I will. Yeah, youngest horse with only 4-year-old. Everyone else is 5. Aran Collinges is a little worked up. Nassim Aliasmin, excuse me, is a little cool, as is Ride the Wind. Everybody else is unraced. We are the only one that has any form. Okay. Not too much to say about this one. A little novice chase for 4-year-olds and above. A class 4, 2 mile, 2 furlong. We're mid-pack to start this one out. We've got A bunch of horses here, and Trod, the grey, goes to the front with Cheap's Beak and still runs deep. Back to Parkhaven and Midpoint. Excellence just ahead of the pack then. With Jana, Magical Mystery Kate, Ride the Wind, Nassim, Second Empire, Talking Italian, and Ariane with us. We are right at the back in the pack, horses ahead of us. We have a nice little trio of greys there. Just stringing back from the leader, still Cheap Speak. 4 jumps in halfway round. A little over 9 furlongs left to go. Troada Midpoint looking like they could challenge at this stage. Anyone else moving up? Bahana is still seemingly in the mix, not really moving up yet, but I think we're just there behind that grey. That's just going out of picture. Ariane has been unseated. We are halfway up. We are starting to move up a little bit in this order. The Greys of Troada Midpoint behind Cheap Speak. We are coming up with Magical Mystery Kate and Second Empire. 2 from home. It is us and Magical Mystery Kate. It is us as we jump the last and final furlong. Farhana, as still runs deep, has pulled up. Farhana is going. Second Empire has come. Magical Mystery Kate falls off. Cheap Speak is leading us out all the way, only to fall towards the end. Second Empire, good run up into second. But Farhana will take this comfortably and probably should have given the field, but it's always nice to get a win. Always nice. 106 rating. We look okay. Don't think we're really going to gain any potential from these runs. But we do have a couple of wins. And that's great. Cambis and Farhana, 2 wins. Gombara could be decent. Foxtrot needed more distance. So you look at the 4-year-olds, you're pretty happy. Waller should have run better. We're about to find out what Tartan can do in their first and maybe only run, to be fair. But they're definitely going to be going into the breeding barn. But I really think the 4-year-olds look okay. They've got distance, they've got a few stats, and they're not running badly. They're definitely running better than a lot of our horses. And they're kind of similar to me in what we saw last season from Waller. So, still think it's the quality horse out of these bunch, but we're at least able to book these 4-year-olds to run somewhat. And Tatanjura just is great and should be great. With those stats, now we've got to find out, can they run? Grade 3 bred, unraced 3-year-old. $750,000. Royal Reason is not the worst in the world. Not the worst. If we can race her and she fills this potential out, and then as a 4-year-old, we're jumping up towards 65, 70, and as a 5-year-old, 75 to 80. Like, if that's that kind of progression, the 5 or 6 being like around 80 ability, I think we're okay. The only thing we really like here is this stamina bar. This is okay. All this is fine. This fine. This I don't love. This I do love. I'm just wondering, this with this could be a pairing. Could be a pairing. Okay, so we can only do 2 mile 1. We can only do 2 mile 1. What can we do with you? I guess we can just do flat races. Just book you in. Like, you ready to go? Ready to go? Yes, you are. Okay, so we can run you here at Perth and just have you run for the sake of running. And just kind of see what happens. And if you've got so much stamina, then pacemaker and challenge earlier. To like just go to the front and just like burn up as much of that stamina bar as you can. Just run the entire 2 miles at full pace because you want so much more distance. Like that, is that gonna work? Maybe. Who knows? 2 mile flat race. Royal reason. So come on, go to the front. Pacemaker. Didn't ask you to stay in second. I know you probably don't have their pace, but like you can run at your 100%, which should be better than their 50 to 60% they're probably running right now. So kind of, I was kind of expecting you just to go, not sit and wait. So either she just really doesn't have that pace, or the jockey is just not listening to me. A little disappointing. Don't really feel much like commentating because I figure that somewhere around here we're gonna get killed. And there it is. There it is. Love that. So the jockey just didn't listen. Front ranker led after halfway. Faded. Yeah, of course you faded. Of course you faded. You didn't go and run the fucking race. Like I asked you to go out and try and steal it, just like as fast as you can from the moment you start, and just go. Build a 20 length lead, and like watch as 19 of it gets eaten up on the final 4 furlongs. But still have a chance to win the race. Like that seems really dumb to me. Just it. Did he just not listen to the instructions? How do we win that? Oh, it's so bad. Eh? I don't know. I don't know. I'm taking it just because I can't be asked to reload and redo it. I just wanted to see roughly what the horse would do. I guess we messed up on the uh on the instructions, but to me that would make sense. You've got a ton more stamina, then just go out and try and steal the race. Like just run full pace at 2 mile, and you're going to lose a lot more of your stamina quickly, but you've got a lot more stamina than the other horses, so it kind of would work that way. Doesn't seem to have worked that way. And that's fair enough. I understand that. That's sometimes how that goes. But for us just to be that far of a distance, not to have any pace, and then go and win without instructions comfortably. But instructions that I think would have merit in real life. See us come last by quite a distance. Not entirely sure why. Not entirely sure why. But we're through the auction. Princess Lulu, the cheapest horse, a little bit of stamina. Doesn't really have much. I don't want a bunch of projects. I don't mind a project or two or a risk or two, but I don't want a lot of them. I need there to be something to work with in general. Jeez, we're going backwards. That's the worst by a mile. That's the worst by a mile. Okay, one left. There's a reason why we left it for last. It is Mulligan. Damn couldn't win a maiden. Oh my God. I really thought that the Mulligan would have come through there, but like, I know he's a good sire. What we still got? We haven't even got any of these three. That's how bad they were as dams. All three were retired, even though they produced decent colts and fillies. That's how good Mulligan is. Must have got a heavy dam roll on that 2-year-old we just bought and retired, because it must have been just like a terrible horse for Mulligan to produce something with like 10 to 15 potential. Oh my God. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. Just, yeah. Yeah. Okay. This isn't one that we've booked. This is a little 2-6 that was already booked on Tartanjura when we bought them. So it's a grade 2 for 6-year-olds and older. We are the youngest horse at 113. We are going up against a couple of horses that we would watch, but Desperate Dan is a gelding. Ella Phil's on our list of watchers, though, as a grade 1 winning mare. Also 3 grade 2s. She seems to be really pretty good. If she comes up at auction, I'd be very surprised, but I would be 100% running to go and grab her. If either of these wins and gets into the grades, then I would probably add them to the lists as well. So there is that. I don't know the horses. I'm expecting Desperate Dan and Ella Phil to be really, really good. I think this is more of a test of, are we 2 mile 6 and what's this horse run like? I should have changed to our jockey, really, shouldn't I? I really should have changed to our jockey, but hey, average jockey on. Grade 2 race. McGregor Grant Steeplechase Class 1. And we are off 5 runners. 20 jumps to come. Tartanjura going towards the rear. Desperate Dan leading us out the gelding. And the Black Horse of Wild Witch down to Babbage Bay. Ourselves on the outside and on the inside, the mare that we one day hope to own, the beautiful grey, now detached a little at the rear after that poor jump. Switch the camera, get a better angle at the runners. Solid jump by Babbage. Oh my God. That was kind of really weird. I think two back to back really quick, and Babbage has been unseated, running wild at the moment. We're almost halfway through him. I guess this is the way round to watch it, right? Are we crisscrossing? It seems like we're going different ways around the tracks here. Ellerfield and Wild Witch just in behind. Ellerfield jumps nicely up into second place. We're just there now, up alongside with a good jump ourselves. Desperate Dan still leading. Yeah, we're running in a figure of 8, I think, because I'm having to change camera to get like the best view. 15 of 20. This is a really weird kind of course. Never seen this before. Haven't played a lot of jumps though. Now we're back round to this angle. 3 furlongs to go. Only a couple more jumps left in it. Ellerfield right in behind us. We cruise past Desperate Dan. 1.5. It's all going to be in the jumps. We jump better than Ellerfield. We push out. We jump good again. Ellerfield jumps poorly. Ellerfield will fall back to second place. Hold off Desperate Dan. Wild Wish detached in fourth. Babbage unseated and collected. Not collected. I thought they would be collected on the track. I guess that doesn't happen in the game. But yeah, out of it. A solid win for Tartan Jura. And we have a grade 2 in our stable. Just because we got supremely lucky and found something at an auction that I wanted to take a look at. It was a grade 3 winner. It had a little bit of distance. And I just thought, his rating was mid 140s. Like, why not go for this? And just take a look and see what it's like. We win a grade 2. We've got an absolute ton of potential. Don't think we're going to gain anymore. Honestly think that we've peaked. And so this is all unrealized potential that never will be realized. But yeah, that's that's real interesting. That's real interesting. Royal Reason, tons of stamina, and Tartan Jura, a ton of potential. Can we mix the two? Yes, we can. Oh boy, it's a weird game sometimes. It's a weird game sometimes. But let me know what you think of that in the comment section below. I'm a little kind of flabbergasted, not really sure what to say and kind of how to think about these things. But it is what it is. We might just have jump started our jump save. The 4-year-olds look okay. Refining the breeding. We got Plumbo, Mickey B ready to go. Tartan Jura ready to go. And then we got a few game breds that might come into the breeding barn. So yeah, have your say comment section down below. Are you excited about this as I am? Am I right to be excited about this or not? But yeah. It's going to be fun either way, I think. Like and subscribe if you are enjoying. Check out the memberships if you please. And I will see you here very, very soon for more starters orders, more racing, more series, more fun. Till then, take care, stay safe, and all the best to you.